What's up, everybody? This is Big Country Ray Cody coming live from the redneck offices of Country Crush. We got John Waddell on here right now. Hold on while I try to do something stupid here.
I'm reading a post here.
There we go. Let me turn the volume down on this. Oop. All right, we got the... What's up, David Thornton? Let's bring David on, too. Hold on one second, guys. We're still learning how to do all this stupid shit.
Yeah, I'm answering questions, with all the announcements that come out. I'm starting to get a bunch of questions and about the seminar and the event in general, airport questions.
Boy, I tell you what, this is a lot easier than doing it from my fucking phone. Oh, and look at this. Holy fuck, the goddamn comments are working. I'm a fucking genius. Oh, there's Alex. Let's bring Alex on. David, if you're still watching, I sent you a link. Click on the link, and we'll bring you on as well. We'll get this fucking party started.
Yeah, I had to download the app.
Yeah, it wants you to download the app and then open it. But hey, this is a good way for all of us to get on live, right?
Exactly.
It is. How are you feeling, Alex?
I'm doing good, fair to middle. That's all about I ask for.
I hear you, man. I hear you.
What's up,
We're
Nancy?
under every time. Nice. Yeah, we're every time we go live, of course, Arkansas is under tornado watches.
That's what makes it exciting.
Yeah, we got hammered last night. I've been up. I was up until about 2:00. We got hammered with a real heavy thunderstorm, and it's continuing on today. Few tornadoes hit Oklahoma.
It's funny because I'm watching here and I'm watching my phone and there's a fucking delay. So I got silent because I just saw the Country Crush logo on the side of Alex's truck. And I'm like, wait a minute. Who the fuck is that? I'm like, oh, wait a minute. That's right. I'm on a new thing that Alex has got me fucking addicted to. See, that's why Alex is bad for me. Because Alex will get me doing. Now I'm going to want to do this to do live porn and everything else. That's okay. You got tornado warnings. Josh Loudon just says they're under flood warnings, and it's snowing in California.
For once, Tennessee has nice weather.
So all I'm going to say is
your way, Alex.
All I'm going to say is the end of time is fucking upon us, guys. I shit you not. I walked outside and it was snowing, and it's May 21st.
So, Alex, being you're not real far away from Arkansas, the direction of this storm is moving kind of northeast. So
It'll probably miss me, though.
Fuck off, Alex. Sorry. You've been told to fuck off.
I'm in the very top northeast corner of Tennessee, man. I'm in this weird little pocket of weather. It's always the opposite of Asheville and misses the rest of the state.
Oh, okay.
So where the hell's David? I sent him the link.
He's probably watching.
The smartest guy out of all four of us can't figure this out.
Right? He's not even online. What a dick.
Holy food, what happened?
Here, we'll bring Josh in then. Fuck him.
To the party! I have
No,
no idea what we were supposed to be talking about at this point.
Well,
yeah,
once we get everything, David Thornton, you have to freaking download the app, man. Then click the link that I sent you on Messenger, and you should be able to join. I'm figuring out this new platform that Alex. Helen's in the room, but she won't come over here because she just woke up and she got dragon breath.
Oh, so she was the disaster in Beautiful right now, huh?
Yeah. All right. So let's see if Josh Jess can be a little bit faster than David Thornton.
It's a race. Well, while we're waiting for them to come on, so
yeah, let's talk about what this is about.
Yeah.
So, as everybody knows, John Waddell last year
Nice,
came to
Alex.
me with the idea of putting on a special event for my son George. What? Redneck Central. Fuck you, Shoesmith. Go sell a handle.
Steve
Go
Shoesmith's
do that.
gay.
We just hired all your bodyguards. John Waddell approached me last year after my son's birthday that he wanted to do something special for my son, and he's doing it in a big way. So what prompted, what's up, Andy Assett? What prompted John to do this? So last year I rented an entire fun park for my son's birthday. Josh, you're going to have to wait. David finally figured it out. He pulled his pecker out of his ass. Can we add more than just 4 people to this? Or only 4 people?
It's 4 at a time. I think it's 4 at a time.
That's all right. All I can see is Alex's beard. So
but it's a nice beard.
It is a nice beard. I'm not. Listen now.
Well, let's try it this way then. Let's do this format. There we go.
I'm waiting for a flock of seagulls to fly out of it.
So I rented out this play park called Mulligan's for my son. Not one single kid out of the 100 kids that were invited showed up. Now, do I blame the kids for not showing up? No, I blame their asshole parents that didn't show up. Anyways, John orchestrated this little thing where he got a bunch of people to FaceTime George and sing him happy birthday and to say happy birthday. David, you dickhead, LOL. Here, man. I don't need it. I figured it out.
Who called me a dickhead?
So anyways, so all these people here, babe, I'm done. So all these people had Helen's having a little temper tantrum. So anyways, all these people, John Kelly, Michael Todd, Rebecca Todd, a ton of people called my son via FaceTime to wish him a happy birthday and to sing him happy birthday. And then Kim Hickman and Scott Seligman actually showed up just carrying handfuls of gifts for George. So the day, thanks to John and Kelly, the day was saved. Georgie had an amazing time. But that wasn't good enough for John. John wanted to show George that he was special and that he was loved and that people care about him. So when John found out that George had raised over $7,000 to help local kids that special needs kids, families that needed food. All the money that my son raised through the help of his mother, Autumn, went towards families in need. So John came to me and he said, Ray, I want to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but this is what I'm planning. What's that?
Oh, I was just saying, yeah, I had no plan on how it was going to happen. I was just going to go and see.
LOL, John, let the side down, otherwise it'll look like the hair beard bunch. LOL. So anyways, so John came to me, said he didn't know how he was going to do it, but he was telling me what he wanted to do. So with that being said, here we are. What? A little bit more than a month away from Georgie Presents Lifting for Autism. As Nancy, when's my son's birthday, Nancy? His birthday is actually June 30th. His birthday present from his Uncle John and his Uncle Alex and his Uncle David. The reason why these men are listed as uncle to my son is, one, I don't have contact with my biological family. So this is all my son knows as his uncles. Quite honestly, yeah. I couldn't pick three better men. I'd like to see anybody fuck with my son now.
Yeah.
We've
Good luck
got
with that one.
We've got, well, including me, we have 4 military veterans. I don't know about you, but I qualify expert with my rifle. I won't say the other things that some of these men on this screen have done for our government. But I will just say, if you want to get some, come get some. So anyway,
access to a backbone country.
Like I was saying, his uncles have gone above and beyond to make this event great, Nancy. We have the Vice Script Viking, Ode Haugen, who is going to be doing a seminar for, there we go. He's doing a seminar on how to be damn near 70 years old and still kick the shit out of guys half your age and strong man and anything this man does.
Yes.
David Thornton has went out and got us another special guest. David, why don't you tell us a little bit about him?
David is a
hold on, Josh. Your daughter is like a niece to all of us, so
absolutely.
That's what we are. We are one big giant family of misfits.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Dimitar is half Russian, half Hungarian. He represents Hungary. Strong at the Harlem. Here in the local area, as far as Orlando, he does a lot of charity events. I've met him numerous times here in Central Florida. He helps raise money and Toys for Tots for underprivileged children around Christmas time every year down here. This last one we did with Donnie Kiernan, who is the Florida rep for the U.S. Strongman Association. And there was over 300 toys collected. And just because of his presence alone, several local restaurants catered the event, bringing in food. It was a great turnout. He was the judge at the Orlando Strongest Man. He gave me a lot of great tips when I competed in that event. He's a big part of the community, even though this is not technically his home country, but he lives here. But he's got a huge heart. He's very giving to the community. He's one of those guys that is very easy to talk to, very approachable, great sense of humor. I know John, you and Dimitar had a lengthy conversation at 2:00 in the morning. But he's just a great guy, strong as an ox. like as John posted, one of the few men to lift to the Austrian oak. He also has a world record for the circus dumbbell. I've personally, when we did the truck deadlift for charity for the Toys for Tots, I maxed out at it was a 4-door Dodge Ram with 410 pounds of plates and one person standing on the frame, and that was my 1 rep max. So Dimitar, just to show how it was done, added more plates and then filled the entire bed full of women. The truck bed, not the hotel room bed. And picked up that truck like it was nothing. I mean, it wasn't even a challenge for him. And he's just got a lot of heart, a lot of drive, and he's just so personable. And so I thank you to him for volunteering his time to come up to our and do this. And he's just one of those guys that's very, very giving. He reminds me a lot of Johan, just very humble, oriented, and just a great guy overall. I approached him. He came to mind a few days ago, and I approached him about it. And he spoke the dates. I told him and talked about it, and Ray and I talked about it, and then we got confirmation, and John took care of his end, and he's coming for sure. He's 100%.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Like I said, I was up pretty late because we had severe weather. I wasn't expecting him to get a hold of me at 2 o'clock in the morning, but he did. He only had one request, and he said he'll take care of the rest. And that request was already taken care of.
Which was what, John?
He requested, his only request was a hotel room with 2 beds.
Okay.
And that was already taken care of. I took care of that yesterday, right after I talked to David. But it also makes me think, what else does Dimitar have in store if he's requesting a room with 2 beds?
Yeah.
Because he needs to push them together to lay on them. Dear God, have you seen that, man?
Not positive.
Yeah, the guy's kind of fucking big, but I don't know, 2 beds. If I was that big, I'd just ask for a king size bed with a jacuzzi. But instead I get an air mattress and a tent next to David.
Yeah. But as everybody knows, Dimitar's also.
What's that?
Give me a minute here. I just got a text message from my landlord, and I see the painter guy coming to my house. So, give me a minute.
Go handle your business, and we'll bring you back on.
All right, I'll be back.
All right, bro.
Well, what he was about to say, I think, is that Dimitar is actually trained to be an MMA fighter as well. He is training with a former UFC fighter in Orlando, Iron Life Gym. It's a strongman and powerlifting. They also do grappling and jiu-jitsu and things like that. Classes. So I'll find the video clip and post it. To see a man who's 350 pounds able to kick somebody in the side of the head, and then pick up and come around like a ragdoll. It was pretty awesome. So he actually has his first amateur fight July 9th at Silver Spurs Arena in Orlando. So he'll be making his MMA debut. Then so that's why he's spending a lot of time in Orlando right now training with Eric, because Eric is fighter, retired. He still fights amateur, but he doesn't do pro anymore.
Yes, Josh, that's the guy who was doing the. Hold on, David. That was the guy doing the 300-pound circus dumbbell. He will be at the event.
I just can't imagine
Great
having
guy.
the mobility to be an MMA fighter at 350 pounds. Like, that just blows my mind.
Well, look at Mario Puchanowski.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's freaks that can do it, but it just messes with my head.
Right.
You imagine getting hit by a guy that size? I mean, good God.
I've been hit by people a third of his size, and it sucked.
Exactly. But he's just he just wants, you know, he's
Thought we had Autumn coming
he's
on.
always bringing. What's that?
There's Josh.
As soon as I approached him about it, he was like, "When is
David,
it?"
I'm gonna bring Josh on for a minute.
All right, don't worry about it.
We got Autumn. We got Josh. I don't see
There's
Autumn.
Josh.
I don't. Oh, let's bring David back up then. There we go. All right. I'm learning how to use this.
I'm a spirit wonder.
What's that? What's that? Somebody talk.
Come on,
I
Josh.
said it's the
Talk.
Amish beard wonder.
It's the Amish
the Amish.
beard wonder. Have you figured it out yet, Josh?
No.
Well, I heard you now. Hold on,
Now
David.
we
I'm
can
going to
hear
get rid of you and bring on Autumn.
Here you go, guys.
Up. Say hi, David. And here's the man himself, the one behind. Show Georgie a little bit more.
It's your guys' show. Go ahead.
There you guys. Well, there's Merida. She'll be the one who's going to be tearing up the ground. And Georgie is the inspiration behind this whole event. And then, of course, there's the beautiful disaster patiently being mauled by our children, because our children do not know how to give us a break. They are full blow 150 miles an hour from the time they wake up until the time they go to bed. David, don't go anywhere, bud.
This is why Mommy stopped doing live shows.
All right, guys, say hi. We're going to let you go because we're talking about the event. Love you guys. If you guys want to come downstairs, come downstairs. Come on downstairs if you guys
Move
want it.
ahead, guys.
Autumn, just bring him downstairs. All right, let's bring David back on. 3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
All right. So, anyways, as I was saying, guys, hey, baby girl.
Hi.
As I was saying, guys, John put this together. This is, as everybody's saying, this is has grown much bigger than anyone has anticipated. I'm not going to lie. I was feeling a little discouraged. David left. I was feeling a little discouraged about the event, to be honest with you. Oh, here comes David again. You know, with not being able to raise the money for Magnuson, which I have applied for a loan. I applied for the loan this morning. I will know hopefully by the end of day whether or not I got said loan. So with that being said, I'm still trying to get Magnus here. I don't know why David is not on here.
He's just got really bad signal, I think.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
I may be spoonies, but I got good cell signal at least.
Right. So, anyway, so right now, as everybody knows, we have confirmed we have the Vice Grip Viking, Odhaugen coming. We have Dimitar coming. And if I get the loan today, if the loan is approved, we will have Magnus here as well. So for everybody who talked shit to me and everybody who trolled my accounts and everybody who decided that they wanted to be a little bitch and get a refund before the day of the event, not only did you get your fucking refund, stupid, you're not allowed at the event.
Exactly.
So you can stand across the street.
Idiot.
You can stand across the street and wish that you were a part of this fucking weekend because you wanted to be a fucking dildo. He ain't watching because he's been blocked, but we all know who we're talking about. Come on, bud. Come say hi.
Yeah.
Come here. Come around here. There we go. Now look over my shoulder. And that way all they'll be able to see is your head. What do we got? Five Nights at Freddy? Hey, these guys are all here for you. Come here. Come talk.
Yeah.
We're all talking about you and your event. So for those of you guys who don't know, my son has Asperger's, which is a form of autism. He's very sensitive. You're good too. Oh, bring her down as well. Like, for example, when Georgie goes out in public, George will wear a mask until he feels comfortable and safe that the people around him are not there to hurt him. Once he feels comfortable, my son will take off his mask. Hey, come here. I want to explain something, but I know it upsets you when I explain this. So if you want to step out, step out. So now that he stepped out, basically what happened, let me give you for those of you guys who don't know our story and don't really know our son. So if you guys are sensitive, if you guys tear up easy, this is not the part you want to listen to. So I have a stepson. We will not say his name because we don't say his name. But he is 18 years old. And this man thought that it was okay for him to molest his little brother. So when we would leave George in his brother's care, his brother would do these things to him. And we couldn't understand. We always thought that Georgie's delay was from that traumatic experience. So that's how we were, that's how George was being treated, was for that experience, all his emotional, all his delays.
Right.
Then we finally found somebody who actually gave a shit about George and said, that's part of it, but there's far more. And that's when we found out George had Asperger's. Now, through a lot of therapy and through a lot of sleepless nights and a lot of nightmares, we've gotten George to the point where he's starting to trust people again.
Right.
Obviously, his number one protector, at least as he sees his number one protector, is his Uncle Bum. We know him as Big D Chris Demos.
Right.
Then, of course, there's us.
You can definitely see when Georgie and Chris are. There's definitely a connection there.
You know, I've known Chris since 1991. Yeah.
Butter black eggs on the bed. A whole.
Okay, go get mommy and tell her to bring daddy down the butt chiller.
All I have to say is God
And of
knows
course,
the
I get somebody who wants to call. Can we just tell Shoe Smith to come on the live feed instead of calling? He's really calling me.
We're a little busy, Steve.
We're doing stuff and things.
Exactly.
Right?
David, you finally got some real reception, huh?
I actually moved my truck so I could get reception.
On a live feed. Hold on.
I drove about a mile down the road. Like, okay, there we go.
This commercial break is brought to you by Brain Crush,
Oh,
which, yes,
Oh,
I keep in my
shit.
truck in case I need to wake up.
So, anyways, like I was saying,
as he was saying, he gets up and walks away.
the event. Well, I got the generic bottle of Brain Crush. I'll do my.
Oh, you.
I haven't smelled that. I haven't hit it in a while. Oh,
I have that same problem, but it's not Brain Crush.
oh my God. Anyways,
I don't
anyway.
think cocaine like the smell.
my son in his short life has been through a tremendous amount. We've had people come in and out of his life. Bring the baby down, honey. We've had people in and out of his life that have said they were brothers, that have said that they were his friends, and they left. You know, George, you gotta wait, buddy. Come and do this live feed with me. We're done. You know, so we've had a lot of people come in and out of his life that have promised him the world and have walked away from him.
Yeah.
That's why this event is so important. It's not just about, yes, it is about bringing awareness to autism and helping out those who need the help. What's up, Robert Wilson? But it's about so much more. Hold on, guys. Talk amongst each other. I got to help George for a second.
Talk amongst each other. Just mingle. You'll be fine.
So,
I'll talk to Alex's
why not?
beard
So, well, we were talking about how, you know, we're having all these amazing people coming to the event, and then
Pull the trigger.
I'll also be
All
doing a charity deadlift, seated deadlift,
Yep.
and I've got World's Strongest Disabled Man on June 8th, well 7th and 8th.
Yep.
So I'm hoping to reset the world record there.
All you need to
I
do
think my attempts are going to be a 675 opener, a 705 or a 710 second attempt, and then maybe
Yeah.
like a 720 third. And then at Georgie's event, I'm not sure whether I will, like, I'm gonna pull. I'm definitely gonna do just whatever I did at Worlds for my successful record, but then since this is basically Georgie's event will be my almost last time that I'll be doing any strongman stuff, I may throw it all out there and see if I can do a verified 800 plus.
This is down. Put the bed over. It's got
No
poison.
promises. It all depends how I feel after
You weren't coming down,
And
Helen.
then on that Sunday, we're going to also, John already told everyone, so I'm also going to do a seated arm over arm on the semi.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
I've done a 28,000 pounder, which was a fully set up tow truck with a dually diesel attached behind it.
Yeah, you sent me that video. Yeah.
And let's see, I did a 50-foot course, and I think 40 seconds with that.
Nice.
Arm over arm.
Hi.
40, right around 40. But that semi should be about the same weight, so I'm gonna just call it the same weight, try and break that time with it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
You don't have to leave. All right, fine, whatever. Hold on, guys. I got to deal with Helen's morning drama.
There's no drama. Listening to him upset.
I've got morning wood. Does that count?
You got morning wood?
Hi.
What do you think's holding the camera up?
The window.
Steering wheel, same place I have mine.
Exactly. Damn it, man.
Hey,
We're all a bunch of-
well, since Josh is here and Ray's doing his thing, when I commented on your cues the other day, Josh, what I was meaning was on your lift, you have those mental cues like you can, you're getting your breath, you're getting your feet, you're getting your pull. I
Yep.
just noticed you were hesitating between your transitions, and so it was a little bit choppier of a pull. But if you smooth those out, I think you'll find the weights a lot easier. That's just what I noticed in your lifts was you were hitching, like you got in a position, you got your breathing down, you got your tension, but then when you came up to your knees, there was a pause right before you started getting up to your thighs, and a pause right before you locked out. And you're burning a lot of energy right there.
Yep.
So if you just focus on getting out of your head and just letting those transitions flow, your lift will be so much
You've
easier.
got Josh, you've got the power. It's just smoothing it out.
That's all.
Yeah.
So there's your not asked for coaching advice for the day.
One of the things that I do is I'll actually film my lifts from the side. So like especially with the deadlift to make sure that it's a smooth transition up. It's kind of hard to tell when you're doing it a face, the camera's in front of you. But if you put your camera to the side and you want to imagine a straight line, and that's how you want your transition to go up.
And if you really want to see the hitches in your lift, do it in slow-mo.
Yeah.
Because you will see this giant pause in the slow-mo. And it took me forever. So I was plateaued at a 500-pound seated dead forever. And then I finally videoed it in slow-mo, and I was like, oh, I'm pausing right at this cue, and it's breaking my back down.
Yep.
And so finally I just kind of said, screw it, and just lifted very improperly for a minute just to try and do it. And now, I mean, my regular warm-up is 515. My working weight for 3 sets of 5 is usually around 650, 675. And then my 1 rep is 886. So, I mean, just smoothing those out, you get that. We lost John.
We lost Josh. Damn it,
Is
man.
it just me and you now?
Yeah,
I love how Ray
so.
can just step out, and it leaves us.
It just leaves us here. We're trapped. I can't get out. We're
The two
stuck
guys
in
in
this.
the trucks are the ones that are still on the show.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the semi's coming. I'm bringing harnesses. Do
You
you
drive a
need
Chevy?
anything?
Chevy?
Huh?
What do you drive? A Chevy?
No, this is a Mazda Tribute 4-wheel drive.
Oh. Okay.
It's a
Cool.
Ford. It's Ford and Mazda use the same.
Yeah. So yeah,
It's the
no,
same,
the
same
event's
thing as
gonna
the
be,
Ford. It's a Ford Escape, basically.
yeah. So the event's gonna be phenomenal. Like,
Oh yeah.
the cast of characters this is gonna be the thing you can't miss.
Now, do you need a pull rope? Oh, obviously you need a pull rope. Do you need a second one so we can hold you in your chair when you do the pull?
So, generally how we set it up, if we're just doing it in a not like usual setup,
Right.
is we'll get a bench, like an incline bench,
Right.
and we'll anchor that to a vehicle, and
Okay.
then either a seat belt or a ratchet strap I'll just put around my waist.
Okay.
And basically that lets me. What a lot of people don't realize about like seated deads and the arm over arm pulls for guys like me is it is a 99% lower back event.
Right.
Because in all honesty, the movement I use for an arm over arm pull is very similar to the same movement I use when it comes to my core body for my deadlift.
Right.
As low forward as I can go while maintaining tension on the rope.
Right.
All back to get it going, and then fast hands and that seesaw motion. It's basically just a deadlift for reps with fast hands.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's...
Now, another cool thing about seated dead. So this is something I wanted to clear up for anyone who was asking. I am a Class 2 competitor.
Right.
Martin Tai is a Class 1 competitor when it comes
Right.
to World's Strongest Disabled Man and all that. So we have two
Right.
classes. It's based off of injury levels and what exactly is wrong with you. Because
Right.
I had some people blast me about claiming world record seated dead when Martin just pulled 505 kilos in England.
Right.
And I was like, yes, that is the Class 1 world record. The Class 2
Right.
world record is mine.
Oh, yeah, and people don't understand that. Even, in any event, you can have the world record in powerlifting, deadlift, lightweight. It may not have to be the highest number ever pulled, but it's the highest number ever pulled by someone in that category.
Yeah. And honestly, there are days I wish, now we can't do it in disabled strongman because of amputations and things, but I really wish there were days that we had weight classes.
Yeah.
Because right now I'm sitting at 196 pounds, so I'm technically a U90, pulling 886.
Jesus. If there was a weight class, yeah, that'd be pound for pound.
My Wilks score on deadlift.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Jesus.
But yeah,
But it's amazing. I mean, that's what people don't understand is, I've watched, the World's Strongest Man. There was I can't remember his name. He was an amputee. He was a Gulf War vet. He lost his right leg from the knee down. He's on Facebook, and he does like a 330 log press.
Are you talking about either Carver or Wada?
He does most of his videos. I can't remember his name. He does most of his videos and looks like a metal shed in his backyard.
Oh hell! I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
No, he's scary. He's one of those people that I wish would come and play in WSDM and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I think he's one of those lifters where he just loves lifting so much that he doesn't really want to turn it into a competitive lifestyle.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people like that. I mean, I know a lot of lifters who don't compete.
I've got one old Russian dude around the corner from me here who I watched him walk out one day and do sets for reps at 750 just to get his workout in.
Jeez.
And I'm like, why don't you ever compete? And he goes, because then it becomes work.
Well.
And I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah, but you'd be a champion. But yeah, it's whatever their personal goals is, as long as they're trying. That's the biggest thing.
And the other thing, too, I've learned about competition is it doesn't tell you who the biggest, the best, or the strongest is. It just tells you who the biggest, best, and strongest that day was.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like any sport, you're good at that moment,
But
at
World's
that very
Strongest
moment.
Disabled Man up in Smith Falls, June 7th and 8th, Martin Tai is actually going for 510 kilos there.
Shit.
And he's still got gas in the tank, man. Even thinking about that just hurts me.
Oh, it does. I mean, for God's sakes.
And the only thing I'm mad about, as John mentioned in his video, this year is my last year competing. I'm retiring at the end of this year. But I'm kind of mad. The only thing I'm mad about in having to retire for some health reasons is that Martin was my goal to chase.
Oh, yeah.
That was my goal, and the fact that I'm having to bow out before I can even get close just kind of makes me mad.
Hey, Georgie's, let's see how far you can get.
Depending on how I feel that day, I might just tell y'all to keep slapping plates on.
Don't pay attention to the plates. We'll just keep slapping them on. How much is that? Don't worry about it. Just pull it.
Now, when I do that at Georgie's event, it is going to be for charity, so it is pay to play, people. This
Yeah.
is going to be a fundraising lift for Georgie's event. All those proceeds going to, I believe it's the American Foundation for Autism. Am I
Yeah.
right about that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know how we're going to work it yet, but I'm going to work just as hard as people want me to, and they're going to show me how much they want me to work by how much they
Yep.
put in the pot for Georgie.
Yep. And there's me. I mean,
And
with you doing your lift and everybody else, and I mean all the great prizes. I mean, we've got the vacation packages. We've got the Husafell Stone, the brand new one that I'm bringing for a raffle, and Freakware contributing, and Liberty Lifestyle contributing prizes, and everybody going to be there. It's going to be a great. I mean, there's not going to be a dull moment the whole time. I mean, it's
no,
you know,
not at all.
it's going to be constant with truck pulls and the food trucks and J Street Gym offering up a room to do the training sessions or the seminars so that nobody can sneak in, and you know. So, like I said, it's pay to play, basically.
And we mean that in the most loving way, because the whole
Yeah.
purpose of this is to raise money for something that affects nearly everyone, or whether directly or indirectly. I would dare say almost everyone out there can think of someone that they deal with on a regular basis whose life is altered. I won't say affected, I say altered
Yeah.
by autism.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and it's also a very it's such a publicly known issue that I don't think it gets the funding and support that it deserves.
No, I agree.
It's kind of just, oh, well, we live with it. And you know what? With our current level of humanities knowledge and our scientific research and stuff, that's just not an acceptable answer. The trick
It
is
isn't.
we have to be able to fund these people.
Well, you know, our not our, but you know, the especially the U.S. Mindset as far as research and pharmaceuticals spends more money in research onto sexual dysfunction than they do on anything else. I mean, there's more commercials for erectile dysfunction and premature ejaculation and all that than they do for cancer research.
Big Pharma wants customers, not cures.
Exactly.
And so that's where it falls on us as a community, a country, and everything else, is to fund the independent researchers that want cures instead of customers.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, like you said, Big Pharma wants to pump people full of opiates instead of find a cure for what's wrong. You know, they're selling a product, you know, that's addictive and has side effects instead of finding a cure. And that, to me, I have a major problem with that.
You know, I always have, and with a lot of my medical stuff, I have been on the front line of seeing Big Pharma's payday for stuff.
Oh, yeah.
If I were to have to pay for my medications that I take from the VA, it would tally out to about $35,000 to $45,000 a month.
Good God! See, that's too much. Way too much. But I mean, that's when medical companies, because it's a supply and demand, you know, and here in Florida, opiate addiction is a major issue, and these doctors keep writing the scripts. You know, they said they're cracking down on it down here, but I know so many people that, you know, I had a friend of mine about a month ago twist his ankle, and he's on OxyContin.
Yeah, here in Tennessee, they really have cracked down for anyone outside of the very few pain management centers we have in the state.
Yeah.
The most a provider can write is a 3-day supply.
Right.
And even the pain management centers down here A lot of them have gone to writing a weekly supply with urinalysis every week. Like, they've really cracked down in Tennessee. Almost too much. 'Cause
Yeah.
it causes, for people that have legitimate need, it causes issues. Anyways, back to the event. So, we've got, honestly, it's basically turning into the weekend of strength sports in Arkansas.
Yeah, it really is.
We've got
I mean,
strongman, we've got arm lifting, we've got arm wrestling, we've got little. Now, for those that don't realize, like, there's some people, which I didn't think was possible, who like arm lifting but didn't really know who Odd is.
yeah.
And I didn't think that was possible, but they're competing in his federation,
Yeah.
which is, and to have the man himself judge you.
Exactly.
If you manage to get a world record lift in Arkansas, judged by Odd, there is not a single person, I don't care how creative they are on the internet, that can argue your lift.
Exactly. There is, yeah. And then to have possibly Magnus judging a strongman, same thing. No one's going to question anything, you know.
And here's the thing about Magnus. I have had the pleasure of knowing him now for a couple of years. As World's Strongest Disabled Man is him and Arner out of Iceland.
Yeah.
Baby. And to be able to sit there and, like, when I was at World's Strongest Disabled Man last year, actually, you know what? Better yet, let's go back to the Arnold this year. One of the most proud moments I've ever had in my life was at the time the old Class 2 seated deadlift world record was 400 pounds.
Right.
Magnus was our judge for my class, and he goes, "Okay, I need your opening weights." And he's just walking past, and I go, 585, and he screeches to a stop, turns his head around, and goes, "Really?" And I said, "Yes." And he goes, "The world record's 400. I said, "I know." And he goes, he just smiles, and he goes, "You're insane. I love it." That little moment right there is one of my proudest. To be able to make a 4-time World's Strongest Man brain click for a second.
Exactly.
He looks at me, "What's your next weight?" I'm like, 675. "What's your last weight?" 705. But honestly, like, I wouldn't have been able to hit those if it hadn't been for World's Strongest Disabled Man last year in Norway when he was my judge, and he just, after my list, was like, "Hey, think about these 3 things," and just walks away. So 10 seconds of Magnus's coaching added 200 pounds to my lifts.
Jesus.
And
well, he is.
And if we can get him, that is a whole hot minute of him telling you what you need to fix.
Exactly. And that's why
so
him coming down for the seminar.
For 10 seconds.
And doing this seminar that he's going to do, you're going to have hours of him, the amount of knowledge that's going to be passed from him to everybody at that
really
seminar.
He is really a down-to-earth dude.
He is really a down-to-earth. And of course, he's coming, so now I have to actually do the Hercules hold. So yeah, I got to put my big boy panties on and get ready for that. So
well, no Tinder for you then.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I've already got them built. They're done. The pillars are done, and they're plate loadable. They look like the Coliseum pillars.
Did you actually rebuild the WSM Hercules hold?
Pretty damn close to it.
Okay, now this is a personal question, and this might be something that we make a decision on here momentarily. Can you adjust the height of the chains for the hold?
I have 4 hooks that you can hook into for different heights. So I could add one.
Would one of those hooks be a approximately 4'2" from the ground.
I could add those in about 10 minutes.
Well, maybe we should add a 4'2".
4'2". Let
And
me write that down. Because
I'm
I
4'6",
have more hooks.
because I'm 4'6" in my chair, so I'm thinking actually 4 foot would probably be perfect.
4 foot? Okay. Yeah, I can
Yeah.
definitely add in because I have variable heights. I have hooks on
Okay.
the inside. And then they look like a Coliseum pillar on the bottom and on the top. But what I did on the top was make it, since I have to put those in the trailer and transport those, I couldn't make them as tall as I wanted to, or they'd be sticking out the back of the trailer, fucking 6 feet.
Yeah.
So I made them plate loadable on the top. So it has
Okay.
pins coming out the top. So a 2-inch collars coming out the top. So not as tall as the ones, but they do look like them. And like I said, just for transportation reasons, I couldn't make them the full length that I really wanted to. But they're still going to be heavy. I mean, the columns by themselves, with no weight added, are 300 pounds each.
Well, then we got to take into physics how much is the actual load.
Well,
Anyway,
yeah, you're
long
not
story-
actually lifting 300. Yeah, you're holding a portion of that, so it's not really
Yeah.
300, but that's what it actually weighs. So if you add,
But it is.
if you
But
start,
it isn't. Yeah.
if you start adding plates to the top, though, you are holding that weight because it's at the top. That's where you're.
Yep.
So you might be able to do the 300-pound pillars, but then slap on 245s on the top. It's gonna get hard fast. You know.
Well, okay then. All right, David. So, you talking 2-inch handle?
Oh, we're doing the 2-inch Country Crush Raptors.
That's what I'm saying. Okay.
Yep.
All right, David. Let me throw the gauntlet down for you.
I already got one gauntlet, damn it.
From the seated position, you get to sit in my chair too. Me and you for time.
Okay.
Okay.
I got more work to do. Jesus, I gotta go against you and Magnus? God. Oh.
Okay. So what are we putting on the line, David?
Let's see. If I win, let's see.
How about this?
Beer tab at the.
You win. Loser has to donate $250 to the event.
There you go. That
Deal?
So I will set one at 4 foot, and let's see. 4 foot. Yeah, that'll work perfect. Because the columns are square on the bottom so that they tilt. And then I have a safety cord that goes across the top. So if you do let go, they don't fall to the ground. You know, they just kind of chunk like that.
Yep.
So, you know, busting them all to hell when they hit the ground. But they're sturdy. They're actually telephone poles that I actually cut to size. And which was fun getting to my house, by the way. Because I used a pickup truck and I had a full-size telephone pole sticking out of the back of my pickup, strapped in with a red flag taped to the end of the pole. And luckily, I was able to get it only a few miles from my house. But I don't know how many times I got the middle finger driving down the road in that thing. Then I backed it into my backyard and just like hit the brakes real fast, and the whole thing went zoom right into my backyard, you know. So.
Alrighty. Well, all right. From the seated position, loser donates $250. I like it.
Yeah, that'll work.
There we go. One more thing. Just one more thing for you to train for.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm just saying it's now just one more position you have to train for.
God damn it. I think.
Don't worry, I'm going to have to go train for this too. Huh?
Well, he's got to go up against Casimir in July.
Yeah, it's just good training.
It is. It's good training.
I did love Magnus's response to your challenge.
Obviously. Yeah. Now I've got you and him. Wait, I'm going to compete against you first. So if I do lose to Magnus,
You can blame it on
I
me.
can have the excuse of, yeah, I'll blame it. He wore me out. Alex wore me out. I just didn't have this. But it's my left hand. My left hand always gives out first. Maybe it's because I masturbate with my right. I don't know. But
David, I just have these little forearms. They're tiny.
That has nothing to do with it.
I got nothing, you know. Yeah, I know. Oh, by the way, love my new tattoos. Respect all.
I know. I saw the post on it. That's awesome.
Fear none. There's a motto for life.
It'll be fun. It will be. Where the hell did everybody go?
How long's Ray gonna let us just talk on his channel?
Because it says live and there's one person watching, but I click on it, nothing happens. I don't see any comments. No, I don't see anything. What happened?